What's up guys, this is Chronic Version. Welcome to episode 66 of my FIFA 14 Road to Gold Around the World series. We are getting on with this series and I'm having quite a bit of fun with it, playing with new players. And as you can see there, we have fully sold all of the previous league, the Switzerland League. Didn't do too well as expected in terms of what I felt the team was capable of doing. But we still stayed in division, picking up some coins, and we're going to be moving on to the second Bundesliga. And the search is still pretty fucked up in Ultimate Team, which is very annoying because I could normally get squad builders done so fast. But now I've got to search all the individual players. So in goal, we're going to pick up a goalkeeper called Rensig. Moving on to the right back, we're going to look for that player called Trout, I think it is. Highest pace right back, in that league, I do believe. Hopefully, he should be fairly solid out there on the right-hand side there. Moving on to the centre-back, go and pick up a player called Gonther. Not too sure on the actual teams of the second Bundesliga. Not too familiar with that one. But he's got a decent amount of pace. I believe that is 70 plus. So that should be fairly decent. Go and pick up this Brazilian centre-back, Nascimento, I think it is. Bruno. Plays for FC Cologne, I think it is. And it's 71 pace there. So that should be work fairly decent at the centre-back. We've got two decent pacey centre-backs. Decent work rate. So everything should be fairly good at the back. Just moving on to the left back, I'm going to pick up a Lowell or Lowell. It used to be, I think he used to be on loan it used to be at Borussia and was on loan to the second Bundesliga. But I believe they have now fully bought him, the team he now plays for. Not too sure off the top of my head there, but guys, that should be fairly interesting. Got some decent pacey defenders, which is the main thing. Right back is probably the slowest in terms of the position with 83 pace. That isn't too bad. And we pick up that Rensig goalkeeper. It looks like a fairly solid keeper. Go and pick up that right back, right mid. Sorry, you quickly just flew past your screen there. He looks like an average, fairly solid player across the board. Go and pick up this player here called Matushik, I think it is. Not too sure off the top of my head. But plays as a CDM there. I think I'll go and put a bid on. There's no buy now. So go and pick up a player called Tiffert. He used to be a gold in FIFA 13. Used him and he was fairly solid. So go and pick up in the centre mid spot in the 4-1-4-1, which I'm going to be using for this squad. Go and pick up another gold player under the name of Jensen here. Picks him up and puts him in the centre mid spot, pairing up with Tiffert. Just got all round fairly solid stats. And I'm going to use the gold players if they're available. Moving on to the left mid, looking for another Brazilian player, Calabore. I'm not too sure he pronounced his name, but it's one of those odd ones. But he's going for about 1.5k, I think. Go and pick up one for about 1.3, I think. He has no contracts, but I have contract cards in the bank, and I thought it's just cheaper just go and pick up that one and apply the contract cards onto him. Still got to pick up a CDM. Obviously, like I said, the one I was going to pick up had no buy now, so I just put a bid on him and go and pick up this player called Fink here. CDM 70 rated, and he should do the job in that middle while we wait for the other silver CDM there. So hopefully we go and win that bid. And moving on to the spectacular of the squad, should I say, the striker, plays for FC Cologne, is in form, and that is Helmez. 80 rated striker, as you can see there, not the fastest with 78 pace, but is shooting 84 pace and 73 heading. I think he's got decent dribbling as well. So the 84 pace was the main standout stat there, and I'm picking up for about discard price in terms of informed team of the week players. So it's a fairly good buy, and I'll give you a quick rundown on him when we get further on in the games. Hopefully he should be a fairly solid striker. Go and put a fitness card as well as a contract card onto him. Go and put the bench onto the players. And then realised I freaking fucked up with the goal players there. And for some reason I just still feel like I'm not going to put goal players in my bench. I know it's kind of newbie just putting the bronze players in, but I don't know. It's kind of that thing where if you haven't got the best, I wouldn't give a two shits if I had like the Bundesliga squad or something. But the fact you have kind of like a low rated squad, you want to get that rating right down. I'm not too sure if that even bothers too much in terms of seasons. But it kind of gives me like an almost effect that knowing I should be coming up against worse squads. I'm not too sure what. But we could go and pick up some club items here. Go and look for the FC Cologne badge. But that was no buy nows with that bad boy. And go and pick up this badge here. FC Clouten? I'm not too sure. Did German at school and I can't even pronounce these stupid names, which isn't too good. But go and pick up the Frankfurt home kit there. Kind of blue, black stripe, look fairly nice. And go and pick up this Energy Corbus, I think it is. I think it was the away kit there with the kind of all white with the big red stripe, shall I say, down the side of it. Looked fairly nice. So we're going to go straight into the first game with this second Bundesliga squad here. And come against a squad you don't really want to see French League 1 squad with inform Marquinhos at the back. You got Nkunku, some very, very fast centre-backs. So I kind of lose the ball there with a bad fake shot and a nice save, I do believe, from my keeper to go and deny that from going in. Rentig being a fairly solid keeper indeed, guys. Definitely recommend that player if you're going for a discard squad. Unfortunately, I believe Edison Cavani, the header of the game, shall I say, goes and picked up that header to go and make it 1-0. The Brazilian left mid picks a wonderful through ball into Jensen here, and he's going to cross that across, and Helmer's going to pick up his first goal of the club just before half-time. He's going to make that 1-1, move all the way to the 87th minute. Tiffert is storming down the right side, and that shot gets blocked. Kolobula here is going to pick up the ball, cross that across into the path of Riese. Unfortunately, the keeper saves that and throws that ball out into the path of Fink, and that ball gets picked up by Lucas here. Finds a nice through ball into Alessandrini, a fantastic left-wing player. We've got 4 extra minutes, and he's going to be sprinting down that left-hand side. Trout can't keep up with him. He's going to cross that, and Cavani, I believe that is going to... No, sorry, Jeremy Menez is going to win that header to go and make that 2-1 in the 90th minute, which is extremely frustrating when I was basically this close from going and getting the winning goal, and he goes and picks up the other end of the field and goes and scores a tramped header across goal. But that was a fairly even game in terms of shots and possession, but that picks up our first loss with this second Bundesliga squad, which isn't too good, but we're getting our bearings with the squad. Got an injury, first game got an injury, which is not too good. I'm going to need to go and address that. It's kind of frustrating that you can't like search for injury cards. Luckily there was a leg one straight away. I believe Loel had a leg injury, so I can just go and pick this one straight up and go and apply that onto him, and I get straight back into the games with the second Bundesliga squad. So we're going to pick this up and go and apply it onto our left back here, and I'm going to go straight into the second game of this episode. Hopefully we can do a bit better than the last game. And hopefully I'm going to pick up at least a point. A win would be the best option. But come against a Select squad with the likes of Lamella in the centre attacking mid and Gibbs left back and Walker right back. Some pacey players at the back there. But Fink here finds a lovely over-the-top ball into our in-form striker. Sees the keeper coming out and over-the-top ball past the keeper. And that's going to make it 1-0 in the 8th minute there. Going to the 72nd minute here, and I wasn't scoring, I was not capitalising. A nice tackle from my player, and we're going to pull that out of the back. Fink finds a nice ball into Helmes. Unfortunately, keeps that ball there, finds another nice ball into Fifa, and he did a bad mistake there. He brought his centre back over, leaving some space, and Helmes is going to go and make it as third for the club there. In the 80th minute, it's going to give us a 2-0 lead. And we also, I believe, picked up a red card. I think that just quickly splash glass the screen. I'm not too sure if that was him or me. Can't remember off the top of my head, but as you can see there, I had more possession, he had one more shot. So it's probably an even game. I just capitalised on my shots, and he made some defensive errors, which probably didn't prove him too well. As you can see there, our gold centre mid did pick up a red card, so I'm just going to discard him and pick up another one because it was just a cheaper option to do, and we can get straight back into the game. So guys, this is coming to the end of the episode. If you'd like so, remember to hit the like button, also remember to subscribe, stay tuned to the series, and any feedback in the comments would be much appreciated, guys. This has been Crush. Until next time, adios.